Hey everybody, it's me, Mama D. How's it going? Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing good. My guest this week is none other than Celeste Taylor. Celeste and I have been friends for a while, and she works with a lot, but for tonight, we're working with Guardian Angels. So say hey, Celeste.
Hi everyone.
Okay, for those of you who come into the chat room, just let me know that sound is okay, picture is okay, and that's about it for now. So, let's hold on. I'm gonna be very professional, not, and I'm going to find this feed on Facebook. Unfortunately, my tablet thingamajigger doesn't want to work as fast as us. Here we go. Okay. Because right now I cannot find it on my feed. All right. Well, we can start. We've got one watching and two thumbs up. Thank you. All right. So, if for everybody who doesn't know you, you want to introduce. Try that one again. My mouth's not working. Forget the coronavirus.
Sure.
Let's see if Mama D can talk today. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Sure. Hi everyone. My name is Celeste Taylor, and I run a holistically oriented business called Shamanic Lady Holistic Services. And I do have a Facebook business page on Facebook if you ever want to check me out. There's different things on there, videos, and information and classes that I post. So there's lots to check out there. Um, and so I do a variety of things, kind of a more, I do healing, but a more spiritual alternative approach. I'm a Hawaiian trained shaman. I am, I do Holy Fire Reiki, which is a very extremely high level of Reiki. I do what's called Huna massage, which is Hawaiian shamanism combined into a massage. But tonight I also do something called integrated energy therapy. And what that is it's a process to heal via the angels. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little background on that if you haven't heard of it. It was started by a man named Stephen Thayer. He lives in New York, and he started off, he was a Reiki master, and he was in his office and he was working on a patient. And then one of his patients was, she was able to, um, she was like somebody who could connect to angels and people who had passed over. And she came into his office next, and she said, "Do you know that there you have an angel sitting in your waiting room?"
Oh,
Yeah, and he said, "Really?" And and so what she did is she invited the angel into the waiting room, right? Or sorry, into the treatment room, and he was able to connect to that angel. And basically, what happened was over the next little while, more angels kept showing up when he was working on people.
mm-hmm.
And basically, they were able to show him things and, talk to him about what was going on with the person, right? And so he developed a system called integrated energy therapy. And so basically, what that is, it's a method of healing. It's kind of sort of like it's similar to like Usui Reiki or something like that, right? It's similar, but it's a higher level than Reiki, much, much, much higher. So
Okay.
what happens is, um, so he was given this information to by the angels to devise this class or class. It's a series of classes. So basically, so what happened was he put this all together and called it integrated energy therapy, or IET is what we like to call it. So for myself, I took this class. I started taking classes about 6 years ago, and I took the basic class, the intermediate class, and the advanced class, and I learned how to heal people through the angels. So it wasn't me doing the healing, it was the angels working through me that were doing the healing. And so I learned how to work on myself, and heal others through this process. So, and then I decided that I really wanted to teach it. I was just felt very guided to it, you know. And so then what happened was um, I I ended up taking my training in Calgary, and I got my teaching certification. So I am a master teacher. So I teach others now how to, like I take them through the basic, intermediate, and advanced level classes.
Okay.
And we can also teach kids how to give IET as well as heal animals as well.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
have a question for you. IET training, because you are a teacher, so you do give courses in-house, we'll say, okay?
yeah.
Can this be something done can this be taught long distance, as in Skype classes, or it's
Well,
more
you
of a
know,
hands-on?
I've been looking at that, and the person would have to have their own massage table, and because the client is lying on the table, so I could demonstrate, right,
Mm-hmm.
how you do it, but they would have to have somebody that they work on, and they would kind of need to be worked on too to have a feel
Yeah.
for it.
So
I do.
for basically, in other words, for me, the best thing is to have a hands-on training, not long distance, but to be in the
That's
same room
right.
as you. Yeah.
Hands-on is best. However, there is a class. There's a couple of classes that I can do online and that I am doing online in April. The first one is called I blanked out.
It's okay. We all do that. Don't worry about it.
The first one's called Steps to Transformation, and basically what that is like today I'm going to be doing the first step, okay? And it basically takes you through the self-healing, right? So what you're doing is you're learning how to connect to the angels, you're learning how to take care of your own stuff like karmic stuff, being able to forgive people, connecting to your heart center, talking to your higher counsel, and changing things if you want to, right? So there's a whole, so those are called steps of transformation. And I have to tell you, the first time I did this, like as a student, it was funny because at the time, this was a long time ago, I needed a job, right? And
Mm-hmm.
or I needed like another part-time job. So I did I did this, like I was doing the steps, and what happened was at the end of it, like you feel better, you feel a lot, you feel very cleansed and everything. And then I went to this. I happened to go to Superstore, and the lady at the desk, like I went to ask them. I can't remember what it was about, but I went to the customer service, and she says to me, would you like a job? And like, yeah, I looked at her and we said, oh, yeah.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Heck yes.
yeah. And it just, my point is that the things that you need, this steps to transformation, it takes away all the barriers, all the subtle barriers to getting that.
Yeah, because a
Okay.
lot of us forget is that we do put little blocks in our way and we don't realize it. So,
And we don't realize it. And even things like hanging on to anger and stuff like that,
mm,
can do that, right? So I'm teaching that on April 16th online. It'll be a Zoom class. And I'm also teaching what's called the Healing Angels of the Energy Field.
mm-hmm.
And what that is basically it's like today we're just going to connect to our guardian angel. But what the healing angels of the energy field is, there are 9 healing angels. Like there are thousands, okay,
Yes.
thousands of angels. but these specific ones are for specific. They're the ones that Stephen Thayer met and identified as being specifically for healing. Okay,
Okay.
healing different things. I mean,
Like
there's one.
everybody thinks that Raphael is the healing angel. He's the be all and the end. A lot of people, not
Yeah,
everybody, think
yeah,
that
it's
Raphael
not
is the only one who does healing. But
right. It's not, and like a lot of these angels are ones that you don't hear of. Like everybody knows Michael, right? He's
hmm
like a superstar, right? He's like a rock star, right? So, and
he's the
everybody
Mick
calls
Jagger of
him,
angels. There we
right?
go.
But there's many other ones that we don't know of,
Yeah.
Faith and Cassiel. Cassiel heals our heart. Okay, she heals heartbreak. So there's
Her and I have to have a talk.
yeah, there's different ones. So what happens is in this class is you learn how to connect to each one of them because each one of them is different. Each one of them has their own little prayer, right? And so you learn to connect to them and they all feel different. Okay? There's one called Archangel Sarah and she is kind of a badass.
Ooh.
She will tell you stuff. She'll say, "Okay, enough of your whining and self-pity."
Oh yeah,
Like
I
she
like a
she
girl
gives
like
it to
that.
you. Yeah, she gives it to you straight, like so they all have different personalities and
hmm
they all look different, they all feel different.
Yeah.
Okay? So to answer your questions, yes, I am doing those two classes online. And then when maybe all this COVID-19 stuff is over, then hopefully I can get back to teaching the regular IET
Yeah, as
class
I call it, hands-on. Okay. Now,
hands
the
on.
course that you'll be doing will be on Zoom. So Zoom, everybody does. If anybody wants to connect with Celeste, hang on a second. Let me see if I can get this going a little faster than I'm supposed to. Oops, wrong one. They connect with you on your Facebook page, which is Shamanic
Huh,
Lady Holistic Services.
that's
That
correct.
the link is in the banner, uh, but you can't click on it. But just write it down. I'll leave it there. You write it
Okay.
down, and we will. You can connect with her on Facebook if you're interested. Just say I saw you on Mama D's show. I'm interested in knowing a little bit more about the class, and it's given on Zoom, and she'll
Yeah.
tell you all about it.
Yeah. And I also want to say, if somebody wants a healing with like an integrated energy therapy healing, I also do them distantly. So I can either do it through Zoom or I can do it just, I have a lot of times I just have an agreement with the client where
hmm
they say, okay, like I say, okay, when are you going to bed? And they'll say, I don't know, 9 o'clock. And then I will start a little bit, 8:45 maybe, and start to send it so that
Right.
they have it sends them off really nice and gently. And then in the morning, all of their stuff is cleared.
Okay.
And then what I do is I send like a report of the stuff of what I saw there or
Yeah.
what the angels cleared.
Right. You
So
did that
and
to me a few years back. You did an
oh
IET on me
oh
on
that's
long
right.
distance.
Yeah, I
Don't
did.
forget,
Yeah.
I'm in Quebec and she's all the way on the other side of the country. So it's not like we can get together on a weekend. But yeah, and trust me, I felt a whole lot better.
Yeah, it makes you a lot lighter. It's like you're putting down your burdens.
Yeah.
Um,
And you gave an actual pretty detailed report of everything else that you saw, that you pulled out, and it was
yeah,
like I was amazed. As much information that I do have, and I don't have it all, I was amazed at some of the stuff that you got, and I was like, dang. Okay, we got a
yeah.
couple of comments in the chat room. Kendra,
Okay.
Kendra said, "Yep, no kidding. I have a lots of heartbreaks." So she,
Yeah,
we're gonna we're
yeah,
gonna we're gonna keep that archangel busy these days. Dave Price says, "When I was awakened, I felt that everything in my past was forgiven."
yeah. It is. It is. That's a good point. I would like to talk about that for a few minutes. Sometimes people have like the odd time I've had students who've had kind of strange ideas about angels or they thought that they were being very judgmental,
Mm-hmm.
with them and like that's not the case at all. We are allowed to make mistakes. They know we're human. They know that we screw up a lot. They know that the way that we learn
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes is by making mistakes. So they don't judge you. They don't judge you by,
By human
what they
standards.
do. What they do is they or what from my experience
Hmm.
is that they have gently tried to redirect me. Okay, so that's what they do.
Though some of us do need a good shove in the right direction,
You
you
know,
know?
I
Okay.
know.
Tom in the chat room says, "It is time everything is being pulled out and healed. Treasure that, but watch for waves. It's going to be still there for a bit."
Okay, yeah. Well, of course, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For some people, it's a little bit at a time. It's not like you cannot go to sleep and have the treatments done and expect to have everything 100% cleared. Some things may take time because they're deeper rooted, a lot deeper.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And like people usually are not ready to let go of everything all at once. You know,
Very true.
that's because we're human. And a
Yep.
lot of times what I do is I work with somebody over a period of weeks or maybe like once a month, you know.
Yeah.
And we set up a time and then I work with them once a month and they start feeling better and better and better.
Yeah.
Like I work with all kinds of different people. Some of them are ill. Some of them are getting over divorce. Some of them have had, a bad childhood, different things,
Yeah.
so,
Now
and,
Sharon Phillips in the chat room has asked, "Is she a shaman?"
yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm a shaman in the Hawaiian tradition of Huna.
There you go. Now, being a shaman is not is the way I understand it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is not like a one-time thing. It's like everything else. It's a continuous learning.
Oh,
You know.
for
Yeah.
sure it is, for sure. And I have to tell you, Mama D, my stuff, if I don't deal with my own stuff, it's right in my face.
Oh yeah.
So I don't get a get out of jail free card. I have to deal with my stuff. you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think, "Oh my God, well, she's a Reiki master, and she's a shaman, and he's a Reiki grandmaster, and yada, yada," and their life is perfect. It's not,
No,
because what
no,
everybody
not at
forgets is
all.
we are still human. You are still human, and we still have human issues. Just because we're,
Right.
part of us is a little bit more knowledgeable, doesn't mean the other. To me, it's kind of like you break your brain in half in a way. There's the spiritual side that knows what you should be doing, and then there's the human side that's going, I'm not doing that now. I'm just going to
That's
sit
right.
down.
That's correct. Yeah, very much so.
I kind of got you all over the tangent.
Okay.
Okay. Lauren in the chat room says, it's like, what kind of healer doesn't heal themselves? One who is too busy trying to help everybody else and forgetting about themselves.
Or sometimes what happens too is people go into this and they get a little bit of healing or then they're able to heal others and they get caught up in the ego, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a few people who, they know what to do, they know they have a lot of knowledge, but they're not they haven't really healed themselves
Mm-hmm.
to a very big degree. And so yeah, lots of people, lots of people want to be a healer, right? But they don't, and they get caught up in the ego part of that,
Yeah.
you know. But I also know people who are very humble and who have taught me a lot just by what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so, um, and I try to follow people, or I try to the people in my mentors and teachers are people that I respect and who
Yeah.
actually walk the walk. So,
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing is people. Okay, here we go. Dave says 1 foot on the ground.
yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
You
Yeah,
have to, as healer, and I'm also a healer, so I understand the fact that we can want to do so much for everybody else, but we cannot do it. As like I think you said it earlier, you cannot heal somebody if you're not up to it. If your glass is
that's
empty, how are
right.
you supposed to help somebody else?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got Tom with a comment in the chat room. Dreams are playing a huge part in telling me things that need to forgive myself for to let go. Many are at this time, but watch out, they are strange.
Well, that is your unconscious mind trying to get a message to you. And if you know, and usually what happens is the unconscious mind speaks in like it has its own language, okay,
Mhm.
and it speaks in what's the word like it symbols
Yeah.
oftentimes, right? And so those symbols, the thing about symbols is they are not like if you went to just go get a dream book, that's not going to help you. You have to learn what the symbols mean to you. I do something called this is another show, right?
It's okay. We
I,
advertise everybody here. Doesn't
yeah,
worry about it.
yeah. But I do something else called shamanic dream work where I lead you through a dream that doesn't you don't understand, and then you converse with and interact with those symbols, and then at the end of it you understand yourself and you understand what the dream is. Another thing you can do is before you go to sleep is just say, like, if you have this recurring dream, just say, okay, I really really need you to make it crystal clear so that I get it because I'm not getting it. Make it so I can understand it.
Yeah.
So try that too.
I do that. I do that every night. I because I don't remember a lot of my dreams. I
Hmm.
might remember bits and pieces, but to me, it's eh, not as much as I want to. So every night before I go to bed, I will do my communications with my higher selves, and I'll say, okay, I want the messages, and I want to be able to understand. So put some gorilla glue and stick them in the brain, please, because you know me how it works. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll get it, and but I have to not put my feet on the ground and not pay attention to everything else. And I'll email myself. I'll do a voice email to myself of what I remember. And one morning I did that, and later on in the afternoon I read the email, listened to the email, and I say, "What the heck did I say?" Because
Yeah.
talk texting first thing in the morning doesn't really work that well. Lauren in the chat room says, "Yes, I had a wicked shadow dream the other night. How can we face our shadows? Is there a process?"
Yes, there is a process, but like I said, this is that might be a subject for another time, okay? Because right now we're going to be talking about angels and how to
Angels and
connect to them.
archangels, yep.
Yeah. So
Hold on a second. For some reason, my phone's ringing. Of course, it would happen to happen when I'm online, but okay, I ignored it. Put them to the voicemail. There you go. Hey, everybody who's in the chat room, welcome. Thank you for popping in. Okay, so today you're gonna do a little, help us with a little guided meditation, which should take about 5 or 10 minutes. And
yeah,
it's just the beginning. People don't, this is not like the full blown thing. This can be a much longer meditation, but we are radio,
yeah.
so we're gonna
I'm
go
just
for
going
two.
to explain the process to you.
Yep.
There's steps to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll walk you through it. Okay.
Okay.
And so basically, and I just um, let's see, what do I want to say here? Um, I just want you to understand that angels just want the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the messages that they give you are for your highest good.
Yeah.
All right, and normally, like I know for myself before I learned this, what I would do is if I felt, a need to connect to an angel, I would just talk to them, right?
Yeah.
Um, but this is kind of this goes beyond that. It helps to get a better connection.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's going to happen is in the beginning, we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to put our hand on our heart and think of something that makes us feel grateful. And what that does is it opens our heart. We need our heart open for the angels to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then what's going to happen is there's going to be a golden cord running up from your heart to your third eye, to your crown chakra, and up to connect to your guardian angel.
Okay.
Whichever one is best for you at this time, whoever is supposed to be connecting to you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to send this. You're sending energy by doing this, right?
Right.
It's like being on the phone and saying, hey there, anybody here,
Can't
that
get
kind
anybody
of
home?
thing, right?
Yeah.
And so then you're going to receive the energy from the angel, and it might be like, well, most likely it will be like 100 times more than what you are sending up. Okay, it's going to be
Yeah.
very strong. So you can perceive it in different ways. Either clairvoyantly, either you can
Hmm.
close your eyes and see it in your mind's eye, or keep your eyes open. Clairsentiently, you feel it in your body.
Okay.
Clairaudiently, you hear things, right?
Yeah.
Um, or claircognizantly, where you you
Kind
just
of know
know
it.
it. You just know
Yeah.
that they're there. So for me, I get the full 9 yards. I get the whole thing.
Okay.
So it was a little over. And some people are like that, and
Hmm.
it's called what Stephen Thayer calls the Steven Spielberg experience. You're
Okay.
getting everything right. Some people don't get anything, and
Hmm.
that's because there's nothing wrong with that. What that means is you just have to keep practicing, and
Yeah.
what that does is it builds that connection more.
Hmm.
Well, if you keep doing it, you're gonna connect eventually.
Yeah.
um so then what happens is we're going to practice those four things, and then we're going to say thank you. And then, so that we're going to do what's called a yogic mudra. We're going to put our third finger, sorry, I didn't need to get
That
it.
finger. The I
Third
love you
finger
finger.
and
Okay.
thumb. Okay, I'll do it this way. This is better. Together. And what
Okay.
that
Like
does
this.
is that seals the process.
Okay.
Okay, so that next time you're going to be able, next time you want to connect to them, all you do is go like this. Okay,
Okay.
and you're saying a little prayer to, say you're asking them to come in, right? Because you got to ask. You're not going to do anything if you don't ask. And then what happens is, listen to whatever it is they have to say or show you.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you thank them, and then you cross your left hand on your right knee, or right hand on your left, and go
Okay.
like this. And what that is you're grounding your energy, and that will eventually stop it. Okay,
Okay.
because you need to kind of come back down to earth.
Yeah.
All right,
Now
so
I have a question. A gentleman in the chat room. Whoops. Sorry, I unliked this comment. That wasn't good. I was doing the wrong thing. Okay. George Choplin in the chat room says, "My opinion on angels." Now, this is his opinion. He's very opinionated, and I love him dearly. But still, my opinion on angels. They are with us not to give us the answers, but to watch us if we make the wrong decision. My angel is 100% my grandmother, always with me, and why I feel so proud and safe. Just my opinion. That's George's opinion.
okay,
Now,
well,
can a deceased loved one be your guardian angel? That was my question, because I
well,
know there are other people who believe that.
not really, no. um the thing is, it doesn't mean that um, ancestors
Hmm.
cannot be there. I mean, for sure they are there and they are guiding us,
Yeah.
but they're not angels. Okay, they are spirits. So I just want to, another thing I just want to say here is there actually is only one angel. And basically what that is, it's a huge energy
Hmm.
that we as humans cannot perceive. It's like if we took like there's something about us that needs to compartmentalize things, like it's just part of being human.
Yeah.
So for example, like let's say you took a prism and then you see all the different lights, rainbow lights coming out.
Okay.
So, and say that represents the different personalities of the angels, right?
Okay.
So all of those angels, or that energy, that one energy, it's just all, it just acts as a communication from God.
Okay.
That communication from God goes through that energy to us when we ask for it.
Right.
But we perceive it as individual, okay? And that's just because we're attached to this body. That's just the way our mind works,
Okay.
okay?
I'm gonna
So I
just
know it's a different way of thinking about it. I know
yeah.
that. Yeah.
George in the chat room has asked, so can spirit earn wings to be an angel? I'm confused.
Can
That's George,
spirit
not
what?
me.
Can
Earn their wings like his grandmother. Could she have, transitioned and earned her wings to become an angel?
I'm getting the answer no. So it doesn't mean that she's not a good person or any of that. It just
Yeah.
means she's with you, you know. And I mean, I've got I like I have guides, I've got ancestors that are with me that I can call on,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take anything away from your grandmother though.
Nope.
They are Angels are a different
Yeah.
entity altogether. Yeah. So
That okay, George? Your nan's still with you. She's just not an angel per se, but she's your angel because she has to be to have you as a grandson. Oh Lord, I love him, but seriously, he's still a boy. Okay, so let's
okay.
let's continue with the meditation then.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to lead you through this. All
Okay.
right. Okay. So now sitting with your with your feet on the floor. Okay. So that you're nice and grounded. Right. Okay. So now I want you to take a deep breath. Take a couple more. Okay. Now put your hand on your heart. And I want you to think of something in your life that makes you feel grateful, whatever that is. And for me, I think about my cats and I think about my daughter. And just feel that shift into your heart opening. Okay, so now I want you to imagine a golden cord coming up from your heart, moving through your throat chakra, up to your third eye, and through your crown chakra and connecting to heaven. And just imagine, feel that energy just moving really strongly through that, all those chakras, just moving, 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 and connecting to the angel that is perfect for you right now. Okay, and so we're going to say our prayer. Guardian angel, please work with me and through me that I may receive your gift of healing. Please guide, direct, surround, and protect me now. And let me receive energy for my greatest good and healing and guidance. And now I want you to see if you can perceive your angel in a clairvoyant way. What is it they are saying to you? Just imagine that energy from them coming down into you and flooding your body with their light. And that energy should be about 100 times more than the energy you sent. And feeling that energy flow through your body and seeing your angel before you. What does she or he look like? And do they have a name? Okay, and now let's see if we can connect to them in a clairaudient way. Are they saying anything to us? Ask them to send you something clairaudient. It can be, music, it can be a sound if you can't hear their voice. But if you can, just hear what they have to say. Good. And now we're going to practice perceiving them clairsentiently. So what do they feel like? Let them come close to you so you can feel them. Feel their energy. And what are they doing? Are they hugging you? Are they touching you? Sometimes mine kisses me on my forehead. And now we're going to practice perceiving them claircognitively. That's just clear knowing that they are there. And just ask them for a message. And let it just be a simple one for now. Okay. So now, say thank you. And I want you to take your thumb and your third finger and put them together. So what you're doing is you're anchoring that. That is called a heart link to your angel. Okay, very good. Now, what you do is you take your left hand, put it on your right knee, right hand, put it on your left knee, put your head down, and that will ground you and bring you back to earth. And just stay there until you feel a little bit better, not so spacey. Okay? So, that was the heart link, and that is how you can connect to your angels. And so next time you want to do this, what you do is you say the prayer, and I'll type it
If you
out and
could
I'll send it to Darlene.
exactly, if you write it out to share it to me, and I'll put it into the link into
Okay,
the video so everybody
all
who's
right.
at the video
And then
will get
heart
it.
link. Okay,
Yeah,
and then
like
what that does is it just connects you automatically.
okay.
Okay. So how was that for you, Mama
It
D?
was nice. I mean, I
Yeah.
couldn't be fully into it because I have to make sure if anybody's
Yeah.
commenting or whatever I pay
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
nice because it sort of slows everything down for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
So
like calming.
right. So sometimes, like, not everybody is going to get it on all levels.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you keep practicing, then you will.
Yeah.
Okay. So for myself, my experience with my guardian angel is that, and I don't know why, but she is a middle-aged Puerto Rican Puerto Rican woman, and I'm not Puerto Rican, but anyway, so and she's very supportive of me, and the message that she gave me was, she told, like, I've been worrying about this COVID-19 thing and learn
Hmm.
how it's going to affect me and my daughter and my work and all that, and she's just basically said, don't worry, you're protected, you and your daughter are protected.
Hmm.
So So that was her message to me, and I saw her, I felt her, I heard her, and knew she was there. But then again, I've been practicing this for like 6 years. So, so some of you may only get it on one level or two levels, but just keep practicing and
Hmm.
you'll get it more.
Yeah.
So the
Um,
heart rate helps you to go deeper than
okay.
just like that one-sided kind of talking. All right.
Tom in the chat room says there is a big factor. Why is the ring finger in a marriage the one that it is? That's the one that's connected to your heart.
I don't know why, to be honest. I don't know why that was chosen.
Mm.
There are in the step to transformation class, there are different mudras that are given for different things. This is the
Mm.
one that connects you to the angels. There are different ones for like clearing karma and um, releasing forgiveness. So I don't know why that was chosen, but I do know that it is a mudra, and what it does is it anchors you. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay. In the chat room as well, Dave Price, excuse me. Deep breath is an instant connection for me. Everybody learns to connect differently. So you may have
yeah,
started off one way, and in the deep breathing is what grounded you. Is that connection here is in the breathing.
right.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes, like I like to incorporate deep breathing because what happens is it takes you from this reality to
Hmm.
the other reality, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we have a question in the chat room that is angelic related, but it nothing to do with the meditation that you just guided us with. I came in a
okay.
little bit before, so I'm going to ask it. Was wondering if you pass away by suicide, they can be forgiven and become an angel, because I feel my son is still here to guide us and protect his siblings.
Okay, like I said, you
I
know,
don't think she was here when you said that before.
okay, they don't judge you. Like if you somebody like I know there's different books that have been out saying, suicide's a no-no and all that. They're very loving, and so is God. I mean,
Yeah,
they're not going to say, you died by suicide, like
yeah.
they're not going to judge you.
I think
Okay.
the judging comes from the human mind that
Right. Right.
transposed the
It
Bibles,
does.
okay?
It
But
does. So Chris can very well still be with you. And oftentimes people who pass over are, and they are because they want you to feel that sense of that everything's okay that with them. Okay. They
yeah,
want you to feel their presence so that they want to comfort you in your sadness, right?
hmm,
But your son Chris is not an angel. He's just he's a soul, and he's there to help you with this transition. Okay, to help you with his death. All right. So and when you are like, and again, I don't know when that time period is. It's different for everybody, but
yeah,
when you are ready to move on, then he's going to go. The thing is, what happens is when somebody dies, they they go into like, it's kind of like a holding area. I can't remember the right word for it right now.
limbo.
Limbo, sort of. But and then when they're written, they do a life review.
Hmm.
Again, no judgment, right? And then what happens is and they have a guide with them at the whole time. And then what happens is like, no, they have a period of time where they can come back and they can, you know, they come back to their family on earth because they want to, like I said, they want to reassure people that they're okay, that they're all right. And so once that once the people in their life are done with the grieving,
Hmm.
okay, what they do is they move on. They need to move on because they need to sort of like complete their own soul's mission, I guess.
Yeah,
They have to grow themselves.
yeah,
Like when you die, it's not like, okay, I'm just going to relax, like they have things they have to do too.
Hmm.
Okay. But an inner dimension rather than, having a career and a family and all of that stuff, right? That we do on earth.
Yeah.
They have to grow themselves. And what happens is they can make a decision. They can say, okay, I'm going to be reborn, and when the right body comes along for the lessons that they need or that their soul needs, then they are reborn.
Yeah.
If they choose not to be, they become part of the collective unconscious and they work to heal the earth. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what happens.
Yeah. And there's no saying, like you said, that when the person is finished grieving, like his mother is finished grieving, that's when he will move on. There's no telling how long, because for
Well,
you
of
it might
course,
feel like an eternity, but for Chris it might
right.
be like, oh, yeah.
Of course, yeah, of course. And he's not gonna leave her when she's feeling sad. I mean, that's why he's around so much. And the thing too is, like, you can communicate with them. You can, like, before you go to bed,
Hmm.
what you can do is say, okay, Chris, I would like to hear from you. I'd like to, like, I miss you. Tell me, like, talk to me. And
Hmm.
what happens is, like, if that's the way that you perceive things, which for a lot of people,
Hmm.
dreaming is easy. It's an easy way to communicate with the other side.
Yeah.
So, as a shaman, what I have been trained to do is to communicate with them without going to that level. Okay, like I can do it without dreaming. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
for most people, they do it through dreaming.
Okay.
So, what happens is she will get a dream about him,
Hmm.
right? And he'll say things to her. And, I have to tell you this story, like, before I go on. I had this client, her son died tragically in an accident, and she was always trying to, communicate with him. And her husband, he didn't, he kind of said, this is bullshit. You're giving all your money away to all these psychics and whatnot. So what happened was I told her, okay, just tell before you both go to bed, ask that, you get a visit from him.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, this is amazing. What happened was, is the next night or whenever they decided to do it. Anyway, she calls me back and she said, she goes, I told my husband this, and he's a skeptic, right?
Okay.
And she said he dreamt of the son, and the son said to him, Dad, I need a new cell phone. And but what he was saying was, Dad, I want to communicate with you.
Yeah.
And in the dream, he said, Son, I'll give you 1,000 cell phones, right?
Hmm.
But he saw his son,
Hmm.
he touched his son, and the woman, my client, she the same thing. She saw him in 3D. She felt his hair, touched his skin, and so you can communicate with them. You
Yeah.
can also ask them. You can also say, okay, I really need to know you're here. Do something that would make that I would know that
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 it's you.
you're listening. And
Yeah.
so this lady again, what she did was she did that, and she started finding dimes around the house, and that was what her son used to do. He always had dimes in his pocket,
Okay.
and so that was her, you know, um,
Her connection, her sign.
her connection to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do, like, when my dad died, he smoked, and I'm like, I don't smoke at all, and I remember just, talking to him after he died, and just smelling smoke, smelling tobacco, so that was my communication with him. That told me that I knew he was there.
Yeah.
So they will do that, if you,
Yeah.
but you kind of have to ask for it. Okay.
And it's not always the big thing. Like you say, you could smell tobacco, you knew your dad was there. For me, it's
Yeah.
when I smell my father's cologne. Nobody in my house,
Mhm.
as my boys were growing up, they never used his cologne. It was only my dad's. They knew that that was my thing. So everybody is different. Okay, let's quickly. We have Tom again in the chat room. Hello, Thomas. Okay, let's. I'm pushing the wrong thing. Oh my God, it's such a dweeb. In this time, I have learned you can to the direct, go direct to source if you're having breathing problems. Clap your hands and move the energy, then palms up. Do have res- respiratory
Respiratory.
problems, and have to use this. Is it relevant? It's a direct source.
And I think that's what works for you.
Hmm.
And if that's what works for you, they will work with you. Okay. Like if that's the only way that you can do that, then that's fine. Like we're all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicole, and I'm pretty sure this is in regards to what we just did. When giving and receiving the energy and guidance from your angel, which hand would you be receiving? My right hand went ice cold.
Okay. Usually it's the left hand.
Okay, well, I think
I
she was
mean,
talking about we just did the meditation that you just did. For her,
oh,
her right hand went cold.
okay. So when giving and receiving,
Oops, I'll put it back.
well, I don't know. I don't know, Nicole. I don't know why it was cold, but I do know that your left side is where usually where energy comes in.
Hmm.
So because your
But again,
your
yeah,
left
but
side,
again, I think it's because everybody is different, so maybe that's why she got the
right?
right hand
That
instead of.
that's true. That is true. And some people are ambidextrous, and some people are lefties or lefties. But you know what I mean. So yeah. So as long as it's coming through, that's the point.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
okay.
Exactly, as long as it's coming through.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
because everybody, I always say that you can have 10 people in a kitchen, same stove, same ingredients, and everybody's told bake a cake. I give you a
Right.
bag of flour, a dozen eggs, and blah, 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 whatever the ingredients are. Everybody will add their own little magic touch to it. So no
Right.
cake will taste the same.
That's
So
right. And
everybody
yeah,
does it their own way. Even though you have the same ingredients, you have the same knowledge, you have the same learning, but you just mixed it your way.
that's right. And spirit will meet you where you are.
Yeah,
Whoops.
exactly.
Okay.
And Jacqueline says,
I'm
thank you very much, Mama. You're welcome, baby. And Shamanic Lady. Jacqueline is my neighbor. She lives
just
there.
going off.
Nope. Nope, we're still good. Are you okay? Can you hear us?
All right. I'm going to say
Okay.
I
I think
can't.
we froze. Yeah,
Can you
because you're
see me?
frozen in the thing. Nope. Well, we can see you in a
Okay.
frozen state.
Yeah, I all right.
Okay, so what we'll do is
Okay,
we'll bring
because
it to an
yeah,
end here. It's fine. Angels are saying, okay, it's
okay.
time for you to shut up, Mama. Well, I thank you very much, Celeste. And again, anybody who wants to connect with Celeste, Shamanic Lady Holistic Services on Facebook, connect there. Message her, say, I saw you on Mama's show. Can I have a little more information? She's doing a couple of courses. She's doing a couple of courses online, but hopefully soon this coronavirus thing will leave us and we can sort of kind of get our lives back to normal. But hey, one day at a time, people. So I thank you very much, Celeste, and thank everybody in the chat room for sticking around and through our technical difficulties. And if you have Nicole, if you know Celeste, you could ask her a question. Let her know in Facebook Messenger exactly what you felt. Celeste, you still there? Nope, she's gone. Well, thank you, everybody. You guys were great. I will see you next here. This is the consummate host that I am. Next week. Well, no, we're past St. Patty's Day, darling. I don't know who's coming on next week. Let's see. Ooh, next week is Jordy James. She is a psychic medium from down under. So hopefully, you're welcome, Nicole. Hopefully, everybody comes back and sees this and share. Please share the videos, share the connection, because everybody needs to hear a little bit of goodness connection somehow. All right. I love you all very, very soon. We'll see you. Y'all be good. Y'all behave yourself. And remember, when you see a butterfly, it's me telling you to smile or somebody else reminding you that they are okay and they have your back.